Quick, name a side hustle that doesn't involve breaking your back, selling your soul, or pretending to love essential oils. Stumped? Well, grab your reading glasses and maybe a cup of coffee from that fancy machine your kids bought you, because I'm about to count down 15 side hustles that actually work for real people living in the real world. You know, people who still remember what a dial-up tone sounds like and think influencer is a type of flu. It's a jungle out there. And I'm here to be your slightly cynical, mostly caffeinated guide through it. Welcome to 50 Cents of Advice, where financial wisdom meets real life, one tip at a time. I'm your host, and today we're diving into side hustles that don't require you to become a social media influencer or figure out what TikTok is. Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out why my phone keeps suggesting videos of people whispering into microphones. We're talking about practical ways to pad your wallet that won't make you question all your life choices or force you to learn a viral dance routine. Look, we've all seen those make $5,000 a month working from home ads, right next to the miracle weight loss pills and the one weird trick to lower your mortgage. But here's the thing. You need real income streams that fit your actual life, not some fantasy where you're suddenly a day trading cryptocurrency wizard. These are gigs for people who have lived a little, learned a lot, and just want to earn some extra cash without the extra nonsense. And before we get to our countdown, I'll reveal why number 7 on this list is perfect if you've ever said, kids today don't know how to do anything. Trust me on this one. Kicking off our list at number 15 is online surveys and market research. Now, I know what you're thinking. Surveys? Isn't that what people do when they're avoiding actual work? And to that I say yes. And now you can get paid for it. It's the ultimate low-stakes game. You sit on your couch, you answer some questions about your favorite brand of mayonnaise or whether you prefer your toilet paper rolled over or under, critical stuff really, and a few cents or dollars trickle into your account. The beauty of this is the ridiculously low barrier to entry. If you have an opinion and an internet connection, you're hired. Congratulations. There's no resume, no interview, no need to put on pants if you don't want to. It's the perfect gig for those moments when you're waiting for the laundry to finish or pretending to listen during a family Zoom call. You're not going to buy a yacht with this money, let's be clear, but you might just pay for your Netflix subscription or that fancy coffee habit. Think about it. For years, you've been giving your opinions away for free. To your spouse, to your kids, to the poor cashier at the grocery store. You've mastered the art of the unsolicited critique. This is your moment to monetize that talent. This is the Gen X dream, realized. All those years of developing a finely tuned sense of cynicism and an opinion on absolutely everything, it's finally a marketable skill. There are dozens of legitimate sites out there, Swagbucks, Survey Junkie, Inbox Dollars. The key is to sign up for a few of them because one site alone won't send you enough to make it worthwhile. You cherry-pick the surveys that look interesting or pay the most per minute. It's a volume game, a numbers game, a game you can play while watching reruns of a show where people actually had to leave their house to solve a crime. So, is it glamorous? Absolutely not. Will it change your life? Probably not. But it's an honest, easy way to turn your downtime into dollars, one opinion at a time. It's the side hustle equivalent of finding a $5 bill in an old coat pocket, a small, simple victory in a world that's gotten way too complicated, and sometimes that's exactly what you need. Coming in at number 14 is something that might send a shiver down the spine of anyone under 30. Call center work from home. Yes, you heard me. Using your phone for its original purpose, talking to other human beings. For many of us, this isn't a terrifying prospect. It's a skill we honed over decades, back when you had to remember phone numbers and the cord could only stretch as far as the kitchen wall. This is our home turf. The modern twist is that you don't have to commute to a soulless cubicle farm anymore. You can do it from your spare bedroom, your home office, or wherever you've carved out a quiet corner for yourself. Companies in every sector imaginable, retail, tech, healthcare, need people to answer customer questions, take orders, and provide support. They provide the script, the training, and the software. You provide the calm, reassuring voice and the ability to not lose your mind when someone asks the same question for the 4th time. This isn't about cold calling people during dinner to sell them a timeshare they don't want. This is inbound work. People are calling you for help. It's structured, it's scheduled, and it's a steady paycheck. For anyone who thrives on a routine and prefers a clear set of tasks, this is a fantastic fit. You log in for your shift, you handle your calls, you log out. Done. No taking your work home with you because your work is already at home. See, it's genius. Let's be honest, there's a generational advantage here. We grew up talking to strangers on the phone. We know how to sound professional, how to de-escalate a situation, and how to convey empathy through our tone of voice. These are skills that are surprisingly rare in a world dominated by text messages and emojis. While others are struggling with phone anxiety, you're a seasoned pro. It's like being a black belt in a martial art everyone else has forgotten. So if you're looking for something with predictable hours and don't mind being the voice of reason for a few hours a day, this is a solid contender. It's a way to leverage a lifetime of communication experience into a reliable income stream, all without having to change out of your pajama bottoms. Just remember to put on a nice shirt, for the audio quality. That's how it works, right? Sliding into the number 13 spot is a side hustle that's as beautiful as it is profitable. Selling flower bouquets. This is for all of you out there with a green thumb, a creative eye, or just a deep-seated appreciation for things that don't talk back. If your garden is your sanctuary, it's time to think about turning those blooms into bills. It's about monetizing a hobby you already love, which is the holy grail of side hustles. Forget the idea that you need to be a professional florist with a fancy downtown shop. We're talking about starting small. Think farmers markets, local craft fairs, or even just a simple stand at the end of your driveway on a Saturday morning. People are starved for authentic, locally grown beauty. Your handcrafted bouquets, fresh from your own backyard, have a charm and a story that no big-box grocery store floral department can ever replicate. It's a chance to tap into your creative side. You get to play with colors, textures, and scents, creating little bundles of joy that can brighten someone's entire week. There's a certain nostalgia to it, isn't there? It harkens back to a time of corner flower shops and the simple pleasure of giving and receiving a freshly picked bouquet. You're not just selling flowers, you're selling a feeling, you're selling happiness, wrapped in twine. The startup costs can be incredibly low, especially if you're already an avid gardener. Your main investment is your time and your creativity. You can source unique vases from thrift stores, use simple craft paper for wrapping, and let the natural beauty of the flowers do the heavy lifting. This is about rustic charm, not corporate perfection. It's about the love and care you put into each arrangement. So if you find peace among the peonies and joy among the zinnias, consider sharing that with the world. It's a business that literally allows you to stop and smell the roses, and then sell them for a tidy profit. It's a way to cultivate not just a garden, but a small, thriving business that brings beauty into your life and the lives of others. And who couldn't use a little more of that? At number 12, we're heading into the heart of the home, baking and food services. If your secret ingredient is love and also, a borderline unhealthy amount of butter, this one's for you. The demand for high-quality homemade baked goods is absolutely through the roof. People are craving authenticity, and nothing says authentic like a cake that didn't come from a factory 1,000 miles away. Think about it for a second. Specialty cakes for birthdays, cookies for office parties, pies for the holidays are something people are more than willing to pay a premium for, especially if they're made with skill and care. Your legendary chocolate chip cookie recipe, that's not just a family treasure, it's a potential business plan. Your apple pie that wins the neighborhood bake-off every year, that's your signature product. And honestly, the best part is how you can leverage the tools we already use. A simple Facebook page or an Instagram account can become your digital storefront. Post some mouth-watering photos of your creations, and let word of mouth do the rest. In our generation, word of mouth used to be telling a neighbor over the fence. Now it's a friend tagging another friend on your post saying, "We have to get this for Susan's baby shower." It's the same principle, just with more pictures and less fence climbing. You have complete control here. You can specialize in one thing like artisanal sourdough bread, or offer a rotating menu of seasonal treats. You decide how many orders you want to take on each week, ensuring it remains a fun, profitable hobby and doesn't turn into a stressful, flour-dusted nightmare. It's really about finding that sweet spot between passion and profit. Just be sure to check your local regulations about selling food from home, such as the cottage food laws. A little paperwork up front can save you a big headache later. This is your chance to be the local hero of comfort food, the go-to person for a last-minute birthday cake or a tray of brownies that taste like they were made by someone who actually cares. You're not just selling sugar and flour, you're selling nostalgia, celebration, and the simple, profound joy of a delicious homemade treat. And getting paid for it? Well, that's just the icing on the cake. Now for number 11, a side hustle that sounds like a movie-loving teenager invented it. Movie mystery shopping. Yes, this is a real job. Companies will literally pay you to go to the movies. I'll give you a moment to let that sink in. You get paid to watch the latest blockbuster, eat popcorn, and then report back on your experience. It's like being a spy. But your mission is to ensure the audio is crisp and the bathrooms are clean. Here's the deal. Theater chains and movie studios hire market research companies to get unbiased feedback on the entire movie-going experience. They want to know everything. Was the staff friendly? Was the popcorn fresh? Did they show the right number of trailers before the main feature? Was the picture in focus? Your job is to be their eyes and ears on the ground. It's the perfect gig for anyone who already loves going to the movies. You're turning a leisure activity into a paid assignment. The pay isn't going to make you rich, it usually covers your ticket, maybe your concessions and a small stipend for your time. But you were probably going to see that movie anyway, right? Now it's free, and you're earning a little extra cash on the side. That's a win-win. There's a delicious sense of nostalgia to it too. It takes you back to being a kid when going to the movies was a huge event. The smell of the popcorn, the dimming of the lights, the roar of the sound system. You get to recapture a little bit of that magic, but this time, you're on a mission. A very comfortable, air-conditioned mission with reclining seats. You'll need to have a good memory and be detail-oriented. You'll be asked to remember specific things like the name of the employee who sold you your ticket or the exact time the movie started. You fill out a report online after the show, and that's it. Mission accomplished. So if you're looking for a fun, easy way to subsidize your entertainment budget, becoming a cinematic secret agent might be the perfect role for you. Cracking the top 10 at number 10 we have photography services. Now hold on before you say, but everyone has a camera on their phone, hear me out. That's exactly the point. Everyone thinks they're a photographer, but very few people know how to capture a truly great image. If you're the person who always gets roped into being the unofficial family photographer, it's time to get paid for your skills. This isn't just about taking pictures, it's about selling them. There are incredible platforms out there like Adobe Stock, Shutterstock, or Getty Images, where you can upload your photos. Every time someone downloads one of your images, whether it's for a website, a magazine, or an advertisement, you get a royalty. This is the magic of passive income. You do the work once, and you can get paid for it over and over again for years. Think about the photos you already love to take. Are you a nature lover? Your stunning landscape shots could be used by a travel blog. Do you have a photogenic pet? That picture of your golden retriever looking majestic could end up in a pet food ad. Even simple photos of everyday objects, if shot well, are in high demand. Businesses need a constant stream of high-quality images and they're willing to pay for them. This is a fantastic outlet for your creative expression. It encourages you to look at the world differently, to find the beauty in the mundane, to compose a shot with intention. It's a throwback to the days when you'd get a roll of film developed and eagerly flip through the prints. That feeling of capturing a perfect moment is still there, but now that moment can also earn you money while you sleep. You don't need the most expensive, top-of-the-line equipment to start. A decent DSLR camera, which you might already own, and a good eye are your most important tools. Start by building a portfolio of your best work, upload it to a few stock photography sites, and see what happens. It's a slow burn, not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it's a wonderfully creative way to build a long-term passive income stream. Alright, here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. Number 9 is for everyone who has ever looked at a teenager trying to pick out an avocado and thought, oh honey no, I'm talking about becoming an Instacart shopper. This is where your years of grocery store expertise finally get the respect and the paycheck they deserve. You're not just grabbing items off a list, you're a curator of quality, a produce whisperer, a master of the supermarket aisles. The flexibility here is the main event. You work when you want to. Have a free morning? Open the app and grab a batch. Need to be home by 3 to let the dog out? No problem. You are the master of your own schedule. You're using your own car, listening to your own music, and getting paid to do something you probably have to do for yourself anyway. Go grocery shopping. But here's the generational win, the secret weapon you possess. You know the difference between a ripe cantaloupe and a green one just by thumping it. You know that the best bread isn't always the one at eye level. You know how to ask the butcher for a specific cut of meat. This knowledge, which seems like common sense to you, is a superpower in the world of personal shopping. It leads to better ratings, bigger tips, and happier customers. Think about it. You're providing a genuinely valuable service for people who are too busy, unable to get to the store, or let's be honest, just don't know how to pick a decent tomato. You are their grocery store hero. You navigate the crowded aisles, you find the obscure brand of gluten-free crackers they need, and you deliver it all right to their doorstep. It's a modern convenience powered by old-school wisdom. So if you don't mind a little walking and you get a strange sense of satisfaction from a perfectly organized shopping cart, this could be a fantastic fit. It's active, it's flexible, and it's a daily reminder that sometimes the kids today really don't know how to do anything. And now, you can get paid for knowing better. At number 8, we have a gig for storytellers, history buffs, and anyone who enjoys dropping knowledge bombs on an unsuspecting audience. Becoming a museum docent. This is your chance to get paid for being interesting. Museums, art galleries, and historical sites are often looking for passionate individuals to lead tours and share insights with visitors. This is so much more than just a job. It's an opportunity to share your wisdom and passion with an engaged audience. You're not just reciting facts from a script, you're weaving narratives, answering questions, and bringing history or art to life. You get to be the person who points out the hidden detail in a painting or tells the fascinating backstory behind a historical artifact. You get to see that spark of understanding and excitement in people's eyes. It's also an incredibly social gig. You're constantly meeting new people from all walks of life, curious tourists, enthusiastic students, fellow history lovers. It keeps your mind sharp and your social skills polished. It's a world away from sitting at a desk all day. You're on your feet, you're engaging with people, and you're surrounded by things that genuinely interest you. What could be better? Remember those school field trips from when you were a kid, or when your kids were kids? You get to be the cool, knowledgeable guide you always admired. You're the one making the museum visit a memorable experience instead of a boring chore. You have the power to ignite a passion for learning in someone else, and that's a pretty incredible feeling. The requirements vary, but a deep interest in the subject matter and good communication skills are key. Many places provide all the training you'll need. So if you've got a passion for the past or a love for the arts, look into the museums and cultural centers in your area. It's a sophisticated, rewarding way to earn some extra money and ensure your wealth of knowledge doesn't go to waste. Coming in hot at number 7 is a role that requires patience, a good sense of humor, and the ability to command a room. Substitute teaching. Before you click away, hear me out. This isn't the chaotic nightmare you might be picturing. In many cases, it's a surprisingly rewarding and incredibly flexible way to make a real difference, and a decent wage. The number one advantage is the schedule. You work when you want to. School districts have online systems where you can view available jobs and pick the ones that fit your schedule. You can work 5 days a week or 1 day a month. You can choose to only work at the high school, or stick to the elementary schools where the kids are smaller and their problems are simpler. You are in complete control of your work-life balance. Let's talk about the kids today angle. Yes, they're different. They're glued to their phones and they use slang you've never heard of. But this is your chance to be a positive influence, a steady presence in a world that can feel chaotic to them. You're not just a babysitter, you're keeping their education on track. You're the calm in the storm. And honestly, sometimes it's refreshing to be reminded that your problems are not as big as a pop quiz in algebra. This is a boomer truth bomb waiting to happen. You have a lifetime of experience to draw upon. You know how to manage a group, how to be firm but fair, and how to tell when someone is trying to pull a fast one. These are skills that are invaluable in a classroom setting. You're not there to revolutionize the curriculum, you're there to execute the lesson plan the teacher left and maintain order. It's a clear, defined mission. The need for good substitute teachers is massive and constant. It's a reliable source of work in almost every community. If you have a college degree in any subject and can pass a background check, you're likely qualified. It's a chance to get out of the house, make a tangible impact, and earn some respectable money, all while secretly judging the current state of fashion and music. It's a win-win. At number 6, we're getting behind the wheel with a gig that's become a modern classic, being a delivery driver. And hey, I'm not just talking about pizza anymore. Thanks to apps like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub, you can get paid to deliver everything from fancy sushi to a family-sized order of tacos. It's the ultimate gig in terms of pure, unadulterated flexibility. This is for the person who knows their town like the back of their hand. You know the shortcuts, you know which traffic lights are the longest, and you know the best place to park downtown. All that knowledge you've accumulated from years of driving kids to soccer practice, running errands, and just living your life? Well, it's now a professional asset. You're not just a driver, you're a logistics expert. The process is simple. You turn on the app when you have some free time, you accept an order that looks good to you, you pick it up, and you drop it off. That's it. You can work an hour between appointments or a full evening shift. You are your own boss. You decide when to start, when to stop, and which orders to take. It's the freedom of the open road, but with a paycheck at the end of it. Think of it as monetizing the driving you're already doing. For years, you've been the family chauffeur, the designated driver, the go-to person for a ride to the airport. The only difference is that now, instead of getting paid in thank yous and promises to help you move, you're getting paid in actual money. Plus tips. It's a significant upgrade if you ask me. You get to listen to your own podcasts or blast your favorite 80s rock anthems as loud as you want. It's a low-stress way to earn, offering a nice mix of solitude and brief, pleasant interactions with restaurant staff and hungry customers. If you enjoy driving and you're looking for a side hustle that fits into the nooks and crannies of your existing schedule, this is an unbeatable option. Breaking into our top 5 is a side hustle for the wordsmiths, the storytellers, and anyone who ever got a thrill from a perfectly crafted sentence. Freelance writing. In the digital age, content is king, and someone has to write all of it. From blog posts and website copy to newsletters and product descriptions, the demand for skilled writers is endless. If you've always had a knack for words, this is your chance to turn that talent into a serious income stream. And the best part? You can do it from literally anywhere with a Wi-Fi connection. your kitchen table, a cozy coffee shop, a beach in a tropical location. Your office is wherever you and your laptop happen to be. This is the ultimate in remote work freedom. Think back to the days of typewriters and whiteout. The tools have changed, but the core skill remains the same: the ability to communicate clearly, persuasively, and engagingly. You've spent a lifetime writing letters, reports, emails, scathing letters to the editor. Now you can get paid to apply those skills to help businesses grow. It's satisfying, creative, and can be surprisingly lucrative. There are platforms like Upwork and Fiverr where you can find your first clients, or you can reach out to local businesses directly. Many small businesses know they need a better website or a regular blog, but they don't have the time or the skill to do it themselves. You can be their hero, the one who transforms their jumbled ideas into polished, professional prose. You can specialize in a topic you already know and love. Are you a gardening expert? Write for gardening blogs? A financial whiz? Write for financial planning websites? Your life experience is your niche. This isn't about writing the next great American novel, it's about providing a valuable service that businesses desperately need. It's a flexible, scalable, and intellectually stimulating way to earn on your own terms. At number 4, we're tackling a side hustle that declutters your home and fattens your wallet simultaneously: selling things you already own. Let's be honest, your house is probably full of stuff you don't use anymore. That exercise bike that's become a very expensive coat rack, the collection of porcelain dolls that watches you sleep, the box of your kids' old toys in the attic. It's not clutter, it's uncashed inventory. This is the modern, supercharged version of the never-ending garage sale, but instead of spending your entire Saturday haggling with strangers over a 50-cent coffee mug, you can reach a global audience from your couch. Platforms like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and Poshmark make it incredibly easy to turn your forgotten treasures into someone else's prized possession. Here's a pro tip that separates the amateurs from the pros: good photos and detailed descriptions are everything. You don't need a professional studio. Just find a spot with good natural light, use a plain background, and take clear pictures from multiple angles. When you write the description, be honest and thorough. Mention any flaws. People appreciate transparency, and it builds trust. The feeling of selling something you haven't touched in years is twofold. First, there's the satisfaction of getting it out of your house. It's like a weight has been lifted. Your space feels cleaner, more organized. Second, there's the thrill of seeing that notification your item has sold. It's like finding free money, except you had to do a tiny bit of work for it. This is a finite side hustle, of course. Eventually you might run out of things to sell, but for a quick cash injection it's unbeatable. And it can be the start of something bigger. Many people get the reselling bug and start sourcing items from thrift stores and flea markets to flip for a profit. But for now, just start with that box in the garage. You'll be shocked at what people are willing to buy. Number 3 on our list is what I like to call the Mary Poppins method. This side hustle leverages a skill that many of you have been honing for decades: providing childcare. Whether you're a parent, a grandparent, or just the cool aunt or uncle, you've got experience that new parents desperately need and, let's face it, really value. In a world filled with helicopter parenting and endless anxiety, your calm, experienced presence is, well, worth its weight in gold. Now don't worry, this isn't about starting a full-blown daycare center in your living room. It can be as simple as offering to watch a neighbor's kids for a few hours so they can sneak in a date night, or maybe providing after-school care for a working family in your community. The demand for reliable, trustworthy childcare is just massive, and you're in a prime position to fill that need. You've got a generational advantage too. You remember a time when kids played outside until the streetlights came on. You're not likely to panic over a scraped knee, and you know that a little boredom can actually be good for a child's imagination. This non-helicopter approach is a breath of fresh air for parents who feel pressured to schedule every minute of their child's life. You offer a different and, honestly, a much-needed perspective. The best part? The scheduling can be super flexible and tailored to your life. You can offer your services only on weekends or just on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. You set your own rates and your own rules. You're not just a babysitter, you're a mentor, a caregiver, and a source of stability. And let's be honest, spending a few hours with kids can actually be a lot of fun. They say the darndest things, and their energy is pretty infectious. It's a role that's built on trust, so your reputation is everything. Start with your existing network: friends, neighbors, community groups. A glowing recommendation from one family is honestly the best advertising you can get. It's a side hustle that's not just about earning money, but about building community and supporting the next generation. And hey, you get to be the hero who shows up with snacks. Coming in at number 2, this one is a dream job for anyone who cringes at the sight of you when it really should be your. I'm talking about proofreading services. Yeah, even in an age of autocorrect and spell check, the need for a human eye to catch errors has never been greater. Technology is smart, but it doesn't understand context, tone, or the subtle art of a well-placed semicolon. That's where you come in. the pay for a good proofreader can be surprisingly high. This isn't about earning a few cents per page. Experienced proofreaders can command some pretty respectable hourly rates. Businesses, authors, academics, and even students are willing to pay good money to make sure their writing is polished, professional, and error-free. A single typo in a major marketing campaign can be a costly embarrassment, and you are the first line of defense against that. This is the ultimate work-from-home gig. All you need is a computer, a reliable internet connection, and your brain, which is already packed with all those grammar rules you were forced to memorize in school. You can work in your pajamas at 3 in the morning with a cat on your lap. No one cares, as long as you can spot a dangling participle from a mile away. This is your moment of glory, grammar geeks. All those years you spent silently correcting signs in your head, wincing at misplaced apostrophes on restaurant menus, and wanting to take a red pen to your friends' Facebook posts. It's finally a superpower you can get paid for. You're not being picky, you're being professional. You're not a nitpicker, you're a detail-oriented expert. There are online courses you can take to brush up on your skills and learn the specific marks and conventions of professional proofreading. Building a portfolio with a few sample projects is a great way to start. This is more than just a side hustle. It can easily become a legitimate part-time or even full-time career for those who have the aptitude and the passion for pristine prose. It's your chance to make the world a more grammatically correct place, one document at a time. And here we are, at the #1 spot on our list. The ultimate side hustle for those with a little extra space and a desire for mostly passive income is renting out space you already have. I'm talking about turning that empty nest into a nest egg. That spare bedroom that's just collecting dust, that basement apartment you never got around to finishing. It's not just empty space, it's a potential income stream. Thanks to platforms like Airbnb, VRBO, or even just finding a long-term renter, becoming a landlord has never been easier. You can rent out a room for a weekend to tourists, or find a local student who needs a place to stay for the semester. You have complete control over who you rent to, when your space is available, and how much you charge. The income can be significant and for the most part, passive. Yes, there's some work involved in cleaning between guests and communicating with renters, but compared to trading hours for dollars in a traditional job, it's a whole different ballgame. The money comes in while you're sleeping, while you're on vacation, while you're out living your life. Your house is literally working for you. This is also a fantastic way to meet interesting people from all over the world, if you're into that sort of thing. You can be as hands-on or as hands-off as you like. You can be the friendly host who gives local recommendations and shares a cup of coffee, or you can install a lockbox and never even see your guests. The choice is yours. It's your house, your rules. If you're an empty nester, this is the perfect way to revitalize your home. It brings new energy into the house and helps you cover your mortgage, pay for renovations, or fund your retirement adventures. It's the smartest way to leverage your single biggest asset, your home, to generate real substantial income. It's practical, it's profitable, and that's why it's our #1 side hustle that won't break your back. Now, before you start planning your retirement party based on your new proofreading empire or Airbnb chateau, let's talk reality for a minute. If you're collecting Social Security and under the full retirement age, you can only earn up to $23,400 a year without affecting your benefits. Anything over that, and they start to deduct from your checks. Also, Uncle Sam is going to want his cut. If you earn $400 or more from self-employment, you'll need to file taxes, so keep good records. Think of these as income supplements, not replacements. Like adding a cherry to your sundae. It makes it better, but it's not the main event. Speaking of reality checks, I want to help you figure out which of these is actually right for you. I've created a free worksheet called, of course, 15 Side Hustles That Don't Suck. Because really, why be boring? It helps you compare the potential pay, the time commitment, and the energy level required for each hustle so you can find your perfect match. It breaks down the real costs, time investment, and potential earnings for each of these opportunities, taking the guesswork out of it. It's a no-nonsense guide to making a smart choice. Grab your free copy by clicking the link in the description below, and while you're down there, do me a solid and hit that like button if this helped you separate the wheat from the chaff. Subscribe and ring that little notification bell, because we're just getting started with practical financial wisdom that actually works in the real world. Drop a comment and tell me which side hustle caught your attention or share one I missed. And hey, if you've tried any of these, share your experience, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're all learning together here. This is 50 cents of advice, where financial wisdom meets real life, one tip at a time. Until next time, keep your expectations realistic and your hustle sustainable.